Chairwoman Velasquez and Ranking Member Shabbat and members of the committee. For all of us who know that small business is the engine that drives our economy, getting federal procurement to help small business deserves attention. I understand the good intentions and logic of those who helped create procurement reform. Unfortunately, that reform has not been sensitive enough to small business needs, nor has the government done enough to make its procurement system efficient and transparent. For many small business owners, federal procurement is a very difficult environment. Reform led to staff reductions that have left offices with too few people to do the work. Much of that staff is inexperienced and poorly trained. Procedures are complex and not well understood. Decisions take too long and are communicated in documents filled with boilerplate and legalese. The small business owner feels like an inconvenience at best. With reduced staffing, most procurement offices focus on fighting off alligators, not draining the swamp. Too often, they don't fix their processes, and they don't try to communicate clearly. Large firms that assign people to work with the procurement offices full-time navigate the maze better than small firms that can't afford such full-time help. So the lack of streamlining and clear communication becomes a competitive advantage for larger firms. There are other problems as well. Agencies combine a wide range of minimally related tasks into larger contracts to get more dollars out the door with a single action. This makes it harder for small firms to demonstrate broad enough capability to qualify as primes for the large awards. They don't have the diverse capability that only a large firm would have. I understand why procurement offices do what they do in this regard. I'm just concerned about the unintended consequences. I doubt very much that we can reverse this trend towards aggregated contracts. It's worth trying, but any victories will probably be on the margins. We can do something else positive, however. We can turn procurement offices into centers of process improvement and plain language communication. If we streamline the way procurement offices operate and get them to communicate clearly, small firms will benefit tremendously. Plain language communication is the place to start. It is cost-effective, achievable, and of real value to small customers, small contractors. In the procurement area, legalese and obscure language are dead weights that drag small firms down. They can't afford expensive advisors to reinterpret confusing government communication. They need to be able to understand things the first time they read them. Congressman Braley from this committee has introduced a bill, H.R. 3548, the Plain Language in Government Communications Act, that would require federal agencies to use plain language in any new or revised documents relating to benefits or services. If it becomes law, it will make the procurement world much more understandable to small contractors. Procurement forms will become less obscure. Procurement procedures more transparent. This won't fix all that is wrong with our procurement system, but it's not a bad place to start, and I commend Congressman Braley for his vision in introducing this bill. Plain language is language the intended reader can understand and use on one reading. It is audience-focused. The most important rule in plain language, indeed perhaps the only rule, is to be clear to your intended reader. You didn't mention, but when I was general counsel at the SBA, which I was in the mid-90s, I led a 10-month effort in which career employees rewrote all of SBA's regulations in plain language. It was a tremendous success. In the White House, I helped implement President Clinton's executive memorandum on plain language, making OMB review part of the solution rather than part of the problem. Plain language works whenever and wherever we try it. And with Congressman Braley's bill, perhaps the government will try it in more places. Process improvement is the second step we should take. Streamlining how procurement offices operate would pay large dividends for small business. When the government cut back on its procurement staff, it failed to re-examine how procurement offices should run their operations. Instead of applying best practices in process transformation and project management, agencies largely left their procurement offices to flounder. Now they struggle with cumbersome processes, useless complexity, poor training, inefficient use of resources, and understandably poor morale. No wonder decisions take forever and small businesses fall victim. It doesn't have to be this way. Our career government employees are a terrific resource. They just need leadership and support. We know how to fix sad sack offices. There are a host of examples where the government has improved its processes and delivered better results for less money. If we do the same with procurement, the effort will more than pay for itself, and both small contractors and the American taxpayer will benefit tremendously from the result. Madam Chairwoman and Ranking Member Shabbat, I commend you and the committee for shining a light on this topic. You are absolutely right that government can do a better job in this area. It just needs a congressional push now and then to get back on track. Thank you, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you have.